Every app you use, every brand you wear, every trend you follow, it all began with someone who decided to start. They weren't always ready. They weren't always certain. But they began and changed the world. The question is, what will you start? Entrepreneurship is more than just starting a business. It's about solving problems, creating value, and shaping the future. Let's look at the different journeys of the entrepreneurs who dared to start.
It's a journey from having an idea to implementing it and being able to sell it. So it's like, it's like even if you're cooking, you have ingredients, you put it all together, and then you make a dish and you serve it to people, right? But
Yes.
entrepreneurship, the only difference is that you give it for a price. It's not for free.
It is an act of creating something new. Usually it's a business. And by someone who takes risk to turn an idea into reality. That is the definition, I will call it in simple sentence.
I think entrepreneurs are people who see an opportunity and find innovative, effective ways to plug that gap and basically move the world around with new concepts and new ideas. And yeah, that's what entrepreneurship is all about.
Entrepreneurship is about doing what you're passionate about and making money out of it, and also adding value to others.
Whether in technology, fashion, logistics, or education, entrepreneurs are united by one thing: initiative. Every journey begins with a spark, an idea, a problem, or a personal passion.
I would say that actually entrepreneurship chose me. I wouldn't say I chose it. It wasn't, it was kind of unexpected because I took a break for family. And then I was working on freelancing. I was working as a freelancer for projects. So at that time, I was getting enough projects to actually, if I start a business also, it would be good. I got a project which required a legal status, like, a trade license to get that project.
Yeah, so I wanted to write, and like I said, I wanted to be a writer, but when I wrote my first script, my second script, whenever I went to a producer, they would ask, who are you? You seem to be coming from an engineering background. You have a corporate job. Why do you want to go and make movies? And where do you get these stories from? Are you actually writing it? That's when I realized that, okay, going to them as an outsider is a big challenge. And that motivated me to say, no, I need to start something on my own. I don't want to depend on anybody else. And not only that, one of the biggest challenges when you depend on somebody for finance, for the money, then they call all the shots. They will say, in your story, you need to make these 3 changes or 4 changes. We don't like the ending. We are paying the money. So, we will decide how the story should be. I didn't want that. I wanted to ensure that whatever I make is as per my creative vision. So that itself was a motivation.
Even though people around me have had very lovely and sometimes very high profile jobs, nobody has really done this sort of thing, where we've got very few people in my family who've actually gone ahead and done this. So I had nobody in my immediate vicinity who could give me a sense of what entrepreneurship might be like. The only reason I did it was because I felt very passionately about the Hive, and I felt very strongly about the work that we do. And at that point, I felt like I felt very passionately about the Hive, and I thought, okay, this is a place that I would love to run. So it was more about the Hive than it was about entrepreneurship. Now I think that's very different. Like now I can see the opportunities of entrepreneurship much more than I did then. I started out then just thinking, if I get 100 kids to come and take a class with me, that'll be more than enough, as long as it can pay my rent.
When I was working with other organizations, what I realized is, when you see something which is not being done in the way you would expect it to be done, okay, if I was the owner of the company, if I was the CEO of the company, how would have I done it? One. Second, how differently or how interestingly I could have made it people to enjoy the work. So these 2 things, I would say, are the reasons why I thought, okay, consultancy is one place where I can take it to.
But the path isn't easy. Behind every successful business is a story of challenges, failures, and lessons learned.
I think we have roadblocks all the time. We have different kinds of roadblocks in different sectors. But I think the hardest part about any kind of entrepreneurship journey is finding the right people and then keeping the right people.
Okay.
So my biggest stresses in life as an entrepreneur today are, have I found the right team and what can I do to keep the right team? And those have always, like, if you had to ask me to count my big failures as an entrepreneur, those would be my big failures.
Okay.
Like the people I wasn't able to keep, and and maybe the people I wasn't able to find actually.
See, I don't come from a business background. So, I mean, I don't have a family background of business also. So just to achieve this passion, I got into the business. So obviously, the expectation is, like how we have in our society, you first go to school, then you go to college, then you get a job, then you get married. But you have a proper 9 to 5 job and you live your normal life. So that expectation, overcoming that, I mean, deviating from that expectation and starting something on your own and to convince everybody, at least your close, near and dear ones, is one of the first challenges. But it took some time. After that, the focus was only on the business. How, as an outsider, you can become part of the industry, because it's a very unorganized industry, the film industry. So it's not very easy to just come and start a company and make movies. And again, filmmaking is one of the high risk business. So majority of the people who have invested in this business has lost money. So then how do you ensure that, being an outsider, you come in and you take up the right projects and you start making money out of it, and ensure that you keep you have control over your creative vision. So these are the big problems. It's not that we solved everything, but at least I think over the past 10 years, we've reached a place where we are now being associated with big projects.
Being open to the fact that you're going to fail is something that was a big obstacle for me. And for me, it was very difficult to accept that I failed at, I'm not telling as a business in a whole, but my attempt to do something has failed numerous times until I figured out how to fix it. And then it became a success. So be ready to fail many times before you actually succeed is something which is a part of entrepreneurship.
Making customers understand that the technology has progressed was one of the biggest challenges that I've seen over the period of time, and also upskilling people based on the technology changes, because every 2 years the technology has been changing since 2010, or I would say since 2000. It has been evolving, it has been changing, and we need to ensure our people are skilled in the latest technologies. We need to also educate our clients. So this is two-way. It's not only that our team should be skilled, we should also educate our clients that, okay, these are the new technologies coming and you should look at it.
Not all entrepreneurs are the same. Some are risk takers, others are planners. Some go solo, others build teams.
Of course, team is always important, because see, I personally believe that a business works because a lot of skills are joined together, um, for driven to a certain purpose. So for me, my skills are problem solving. I can sell, that kind of a thing. But I need someone for execution. I need someone to help me with the IT, because I'm not really very good at IT. I need someone to help me with, maybe the admin chores, which actually more repetitive. I cannot spend time on that because I'm more into sales. So a team, definitely. And if especially, I would say that if you are a founder, always find a co-founder who is has a different skill set.
I don't think anybody has built a business on his or her own. The strategy can be from an entrepreneur, but getting that idea out, making the entire team understand. See, you can be a visionary, you can be a strategist, but you can't do everything, every bit and piece of it. So I will always call this working as a team is the best thing. but make the responsibility metrics very clear, your expectations, what you are expecting from them. Then the journey becomes much more smoother.
See, whether it is, I mean, even building a business on your own, sometimes you cannot do everything by yourself. So you need a team. Now it is up to you to define what do you do and what you want your team to do. So ideally, you want to do the core part of the business, bring in the business, make sure it is scaling up. Whereas you can define what you want to outsource to the team. The team can do all the administrative work, or work which it is not part of your core business. So you need a team. You cannot run a business without a team.
Very much of a solo person. I think I've always been, and I enjoy working on my own, but I enjoy engaging with teams on certain tasks. But I don't feel the need to have a partner in business, like co-founding with me. I prefer to have a team who can execute the visions that we come up with together. Like, I don't think it's possible. No, it's not that it's impossible. I also know very successful entrepreneurs who are entirely solo, but I think in having a team makes it a lot easier, and it allows you a lot more. But I don't feel like I mean, I am a solo sport person. I'm not somebody who enjoys building in teams. Yeah.
In entrepreneurship, success often starts with who you know and how you connect. Networking, collaborations, and even simple word of mouth can make all the difference.
Yeah, so networking is very important when you're an entrepreneur. Okay. And one of my biggest challenge was, I'm not a very social person. So, I don't go out to just say hi, hello, and network people. So, but over the period of time, I realized you don't need to do it all the time. You need to be at the right place. So one of the ways I solved this is I said, okay, in the film making industry, what is the best way to network? And I found it was in film festivals. Now, obviously, I don't have the money to go to all the film festivals in the world. So then I went to the next step. I said, which are the top film festivals in the world? And on the top is Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
So I made it a point that I will go there every year. And now I've been there 3 years in a row. So that helped me to be in a place where all the people around to talk about movies, and made it made me more comfortable in networking and building contacts. And in fact, most of my projects came from those contacts.
One is the kind of relationship which you have with your clients. Like, so from starting till delivery and even post delivery, the kind of a relationship you maintain with your client has a lot of importance, because they are the ones who actually will go around in their network, who will tell that, okay, this person is there, he did a great job or she did a great job for my problem, and he will do it. So word of mouth has a lot to do with, having that network and having that connection to scale your business. There is also the kind of connections that I focus on building is my referral partners. Referral partners is basically um, people who are in the same industry but don't provide your service. So if they get a client, they refer it to me.
I'm actually not very good at networking, so I don't network so much. A lot of people tell me that I should attend more networking events and I should meet other business people and stuff like that. But I feel like my way of working is to just do work that is so good and to be so committed to the craft and be so committed to my class that the reputation that the class has will supersede everything else. I don't have to go to Diwali parties, and I don't have to kiss people, and I don't have to pass my business card around in networking events, because the reputation of the brand speaks for itself.
Customer is always the king. So most of my businesses, or the growth of my business, happen when through references from my existing clients. See, when you do a good job to a client, they will remain with you and they will refer yourself, refer your organization to other people who are also facing the similar kind of issues. So my networking strategy is not push my company to somebody, because this is not a consumer market. You can put an ad or you send flyers to customers or prospective customers thinking that they have a requirement. No, I don't do that. What I wish to always do is, even if I meet somebody over in networking, I normally tend to ask them, what are your problems? See, asking them about what their problems are will help me to position myself clearly. And if there is something that I cannot provide, then there is no point in me wasting their time as well as my time, right?
So, what would today's entrepreneurs say to tomorrow's creators?
I think when you are starting a business, the first thing you should have is clarity. Clarity on first is what you want to sell, and second is who you want to sell it to, and third is how you're going to sell it. If you have a clarity on these three things, you will not spend much time on figuring it out after you've started the business.
Okay. If you want to just make money and be rich, no, don't get into this. Okay. But if you want to do something, make a difference, and thereby making money, then this is your cup of tea. Else it is not. When you become an entrepreneur, be ready to learn anything and everything.
Okay.
Okay, don't just leave it to, okay, okay, my accountant will take care of this, my auditor will take care of this. No, my technical team will take care of this, my HR will take care of this. No, let them do their day-to-day job. But when they come and tell you, be it a problem, or when they come and give you a statement, you should be able to identify whether it is right or wrong.
Yeah, I think don't get caught up in this Shark Tank um, glamour. It's not like that. It's not that you just come up with a concept and then you get seed funding and then like suddenly you're going to be a unicorn and you're going to be the next Adit Palecha. You're not. Actually, entrepreneurship is a lot about just identifying a gap right in front of you and then having the energy to be able to roll up your sleeves and go and sort that thing out. Being an entrepreneur does not mean that you will be sitting on billions. I think I'm sure you have the numbers, but a very large percentage of businesses fail in the first 2 years. So there's a higher likelihood that you will fail than you will succeed. So that's something that young entrepreneurs should really know. Secondly, you've got to do, yeah, don't talk. You've got to do and not talk,
I think you're very fortunate. You're living in an age where you have so much information around you. But that can also be that you are lost with so much information, but you need to find the right kind of information. Um, be very clear what you want to do, and then research a lot about it. Okay, try to do your own simulations about what could happen in different scenarios. So if you have an area you're looking at, what have others done before? What is missing? What are the gaps? I think this is something you need to research a lot before you step into the world of entrepreneurship. Okay, and one way I started learning is I watch interviews of all the people who have worked in this particular industry. How have they done different projects? What were their learnings? There's so much of information on YouTube. Especially when a lot of people talk about what are the setbacks they had, how they failed, how they learned something new. So make use of all these information that is out there before you start in it.
For those who want to take their interest in entrepreneurship further, education can be a powerful step.
If you really look at on entrepreneurship, there are universities like Stanford, MIT, Harvard, providing them. When it comes to US, you have the London Business School. Then when it comes to Asia and Middle East, Indian School of Business, National University of Singapore, I think you have even the American University in Dubai, right? And there are many courses. Always remember uh, to take. See, if you really look at, there's a Y Combinator startup school. It is a free one. There is a Harvard online entrepreneurship in emerging economies.
Okay.
MIT Open Courseware, entrepreneurial skills. And see, if you take Coursera, edX, or Udemy, LinkedIn, you will see a lot of articles.
I didn't study entrepreneurship. I studied economics and sociology and psychology.
Okay.
But I've always been a very keen. I really love maths and I really love statistics and numbers. So I'm able to see graphs and understand them. I'm able to see our profit and loss statements and I'm able to make sense of it.
Yeah.
So I think rather than, I don't think anymore it's about which university you've graduated from. I don't think it matters as much.
Okay.
I think it matters that you care about studying and every single morning you wake up and you ask yourself, what can I learn today?
Okay.
I think what matters is whether you have the hunger and the drive and whether you're going to roll up your sleeves and just get down and do it.
See, when it comes to universities, my advice would be always look for either the top 50 or top 100 in the world. Don't settle for anything less. Okay. So whatever falls into that category, don't go for any, I mean, there will be more university, but try to, as your first attempt, it should be among the top 50, at least top 100 universities in the world. Okay. And more about entrepreneurship, yes, you need to learn, but if you are very clear in which area you want to start a business. So for example, if you say your interest is in automobiles, go and find which is the which university has the best automobile engineering in the world.
Mm.
I think because as an entrepreneur, you need to be hands-on.
Mm.
You need to know end to end of what you're going to get into. Okay, so it's not just about a university learning business or entrepreneurship. It is about what is the area you want to focus on in your business. So find the best of both in terms of university.
So I would say that if you're focusing on universities, always focus on universities that give you real life opportunities, working, internship. They have that kind of a thing. It gives you an idea of how things work. And that would be a better way of learning rather than just bookish knowledge.
And after all the highs, lows, and lessons learned, sometimes a single word can sum it all up.
One word would be roller coaster. Because I want to experience the thrill. I am very excited about it. I want to explore it. I am very, I want to experience it, but I am very nervous and very scared and very anxious also.
It's
So it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I would say evolving. That's a word I like to use because see, it is nothing is consistent. Be
Okay.
it your challenges, be it your problems, be the work that you do, be the people that you work with. Nothing is consistent, right? It keeps changing. So you need to evolve day by day based on what comes in front of you.
It would be rewarding because I think I honestly wake up every morning believing and knowing that I have the best job in the world. I don't know anybody in this city who is more satisfied at work than I am. And that's not an exaggeration.
So in the film industry, there is one term that is always used. Okay, it's cinematic. Okay, because like when you say a story and if it doesn't look good on screen, they say, it's not very cinematic. So our journey has been filled with a lot of dramatic moments, lot of emotionally engaging moments, ups and downs, a lot of fun. So it's like a movie, it's like all the experiences you get in a movie. So that's why I would say it's cinematic.
Cinematic, evolving, rewarding, roller coaster. These are the words which were said by our entrepreneurs today. Throughout this journey of making this documentary, I realized entrepreneurship isn't just about making money or just about being successful. It's about facing your fears, building up courage, and believing in your ideas despite all the tough steps you go through. This documentary has personally inspired me to pursue my dream of becoming an entrepreneur, and I hope it motivates you to chase your goals and to believe in your ideas. To all the entrepreneurs that I interviewed with, a big thank you for your valuable time and insightful advice. Thank you to all those who have given me support through this documentary, and thank you so much for watching.